All right, we'll try this again. Hopefully Zoom will hold up. It looks like Zoom's having trouble today, everyone. So we'll see how far we can get in the class. My name's Travis. I've lost over 100 pounds on the program, come off all prescription medications. I was on many: high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, acid reflux, high cholesterol, depression. Hey, Kristen, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Oh, I forgot to do this because we've had problems. Hold on. It's been one of those mornings, folks. Other problems. Hold on. Trying to get everybody in. All right. Yes, yesterday was some more day, and today's been one of those top days, but we're not going to let anxiety and stress cause us to give up. We're going to just keep moving forward, right? So again, Travis here, lost over 100 pounds, and I've really enjoyed helping other people do the same thing with a practical, sustainable, and fun lifestyle. We were looking at some results today. We try to keep up with everybody in the website, and it looks like over the past month that our members, some doing better, some not as good, but are averaging 2.54 pounds per weight loss per week. If you do the math there, that average would put folks, if they could maintain that pace, somewhere around 150 pounds lost a year. And that's just tremendous. So we had, of the people that weighed in, we had the vast majority of them lost weight. You're talking about thousands of people. And then you've only got thousands of people in the website over the past month, and only 57 people gained weight. So that's outstanding. So proud of everybody. God's really blessing us around here. So let's just keep looking up and moving forward and moving onward. We've got three types of members here. We've got our free community members. We have such a very powerful, life-saving program that's unheard of, really, in the grand scale of things, in the grand scope of things. And we just want to get that message out there. This is a life-saving program, and we want more people to enjoy the benefits of health and wellness with a practical, sustainable, and fun eating lifestyle. So we've got a free community program where we try to treat them like the entry fee was $1,000. We try to treat them that good, even though it was free. And then we've got our lifetime members that get all access to all of the educational parts of our program. Then we've got our partners who get partner perks. We want to thank our partners for helping us this year move towards a place where Shibboleth is sustainable in its mission and can get healthy. We're far from that, but we're making headway every week. We've had a couple of more sponsors, or partners, I should say, this week. We want to thank you. Thank you to all of our partners. You're making it possible for us to save lives, and you're a part of saving lives. With that said, we'll get started. Welcome to our folks on Facebook. This is our Q&A session. This is meant to be a supplemental session to your online education. You come to these classes to keep moving forward, fill in any gaps in your understanding of the information. And that's 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every day, Monday through Friday. That's the time to come and break through those plateaus and personalize your program. So with that said, we're going to get started. I've already got some comments and questions coming in the Zoom room. So let's take a look. Alice is wanting to know, did I do a 10 a.m. thing this morning for Jack? No, I didn't. I don't think I said that. If I did, I was remiss. What I said was at 10 a.m. today, I would look to see where the group was at as a whole. And I did that. It took at least 30, 40 minutes to try to figure out how many steps everyone has, where all the penalty task met, accomplished. And at that time, I was going to remove the penalty days, except for the ones that were already on the schedule. Right now, you all are having to do your penalty task on a daily basis until certain criteria are met, from what I understand from Jack. And the best I can tell, the group is getting close, but not quite yet. And as soon as the goals are met, the steps are achieved, the crunches are achieved, the fast track badges are earned, and other specific tasks that were given, then we will, today being a penalty day, will be removed. And you might make lunch or dinner if the group hustles. But no, I didn't say that I would go live. If I did, I spoke in, I talk to so many people and do so much on a daily basis. Sometimes I misspeak. But I think what I said was I would, at 10 o'clock, I'd make an announcement as to whether the group had met the conditions for their release, which the group has not yet. Peggy says, I'm doing Jack's challenge and also did the 10-day detox, and I have lost 7 pounds in 10 days. Think about what that means, 7 pounds in 10 days. There are 30, let's see, no, more than that. There are 52 10-day sessions in a year. So you're on pace to lose like 400 pounds. You won't be here. That's probably like 5 of you. Good job. Deborah says, thank you for the information about Gatorade. It really helped with the dizziness. You got in 523 reps yesterday. Feeling better today. Great job. It sounds like you were electrolyte depleted. And that happens a lot when you're in a calorie deficit and you're losing body fat and controlling insulin and sweating. So I'm glad that we found a way to restore your electrolytes and stabilize them. No problem, Alice. Amanda wants to know, can you remind me of the rule, the calculation for a snack? For example, can I have a 50-calorie tortilla with 1 to 2 Laughing Cow wedges as a snack? We don't typically do things like that. A snack is a snack. It's either approved or not approved. But as far as the total math, you're trying to do something a little outside the box. So a snack rule, a good snack rule for the Shibboleth program is a snack first has to be, we've got to control our calories. So the calories have to be 200 calories or less, right? For a snack, we need 200 calories or less. Then we need our protein to be greater than or equal to 30% of our net carbs. So if you're trying to think outside the box and create your own approved snacks without going through, say, Kim's Shibboleth, this is how you would begin the process. Now, I caution everyone else, when I see people do this, there's already so much variety. I wish we would choose from that, but I know that people want to do it on their own, and they want to know what to do so that if they're not engaged with the program, they can come up with their own snacks and they can stay safe. And that's what the program's all about, is teaching, education. But what I see is people really making a mistake here with the math and choosing the wrong snack. So cautionary tale to everyone else in the group, but I'm going to go on and give this information out. So first of all, we have to solve for net carbs, okay? So you have to look at whatever you're putting together. Now you're complicating it because you've got the Laughing Cow cheese that you have to do this for. Then you also have to do this for the tortilla and then add all that together. So you've got the net carbs, which is your carbs. You have to solve for carbs minus fiber minus any sugar, alcohol, and that will give you your net carbs. Does that make sense so far? Who was asking? Amanda, does that make sense so far? I want to make sure you know where we're at here. So net carbs is carbs, total carbs minus fiber minus sugar, alcohol. That gives you your net carbs. Then we take, because we're doing a snack, not a meal, we can take those net carbs times 30%. We need less fiber and protein ratio because the calories are lower typically with a snack than with a meal. So I've got 30% of my net carbs, and then whatever that number is. So let's say net carbs was 10, then I would take 10 times 0.3, and that would give me the number 3. And then protein has to be greater than or equal to the net carbs, my chicken scratch here, times 30%. If that is the case for your tortilla and your Laughing Cow cheese, and you keep the total snack under 200 calories, you will be controlling insulin well enough to not set yourself back. Does that make sense, or do you need a re-explaining of it? Got it. And then I see somebody mentioning, Becky, that was an old Thrive snack. I do want to disclaim the 5 wheat rich crackers plus 1 Laughing Cow wedge is an approved snack, but it's not a good approved snack. It should be more of a maintenance snack. The 5 whole wheat rich crackers are not all whole wheat. There's a lot of enriched wheat in those crackers. They do cause quite the blood sugar impact, so you better limit it to 5. I'd rather see you do that for a maintenance. If you're in maintenance, that's not a big deal. If you're not trying to lose weight, you're really not going to gain weight from 5 wheat rich crackers and a Laughing Cow wedge, but you're not going to lose very much weight doing that very often. Hope that makes sense. Look, I know that sometimes it can get overwhelming and complicated, but that's what makes the program work, because we don't tell you no to anything. You're adults, so we give you the good, better, and best rules, and then you have to make a decision based upon your goals and your deadline that you set for yourself, what you're willing to allow into your program. All things are lawful, but not all things expedient. So you have to determine, based upon where you want to go with this program, is there a better substitution for 5 wheat rich crackers and Laughing Cow cheese? Look at those weight loss meters when they are assigned. Sometimes they're not assigned. We haven't gotten around to all of them. But when they're assigned, make your decisions based on the weight loss meter. Molly, I did my weigh-in this morning and was pleased, so pleased. I went back a few hours later to see if my eyes deceived me, and it was 4 pounds more than first thing this morning. I'm not frustrated, but can it vary like that? Yes, it absolutely will vary like that all day. So I have a question, Molly. Did you have any water or any liquid today? Okay, so you did have some coffee. Does coffee have a weight to it? Now, I would be concerned if you said that yeah, it does. So water has weight and coffee is water. So this water that I'm drinking, before I come in here, I just got done exercising, trying to get back. Jitterbug beat me yesterday, so I got to work harder today. So I just got through doing my first exercise session, and I was down several pounds to 195, and now I've had a quart of water. That's more than 2 pounds. So if I go weigh, I'm going to be up the weight of water, and if I eat anything, I'm going to be up that weight too. So if we put it in our sponge, we got to wait until it comes out of our sponge. So as we're living and breathing through the day and consuming, our weight is going to fluctuate. Now, if you only had 1 cup of coffee and your weight was up 4 pounds, something's wrong with your scales. But it is not uncommon to lose and gain anywhere from 4 to 10 pounds even in a day, depending on the size of the individual. For me, it's nothing to end my day to not have exercised and have consumed 3 eating episodes and be up 8 pounds. That's nothing for me. I'm a big boy. For you, that might be a 4 pound fluctuation, but that's normal. That's nothing to get frustrated over. What you should get frustrated over is rational thinking. Let's think rational. So if I've been abusing myself, not talking about you, myself, if I've been abusing myself with food addiction abusing the body, and all of a sudden I decide I want to lose all that weight overnight. That's irrational. Rational thinking would be, let's say that I started the Shibboleth program on May the 1st, and I did my best. I had perfect days. I only had 6 holidays. And by June the 1st, I had lost no weight. Then I have a right to be frustrated and to question the efficacy of whatever program I'm doing. If I actually really know in my conscience that I followed that program and in 1 month I've had no results, then I should start to question the efficacy of such program. So if I do my best in a month and I lose 8 pounds in a month, that means I'm on pace to lose 96 pounds in a year. That is so reasonable. And we need rational thinking, because when we have irrational thinking, not that you do, this is for the whole group. When we're irrational and have irrational thinking, there's no way we're going to sustain a proper diet and proper nutrition long enough to ever reach our goal. So we can't be irrational about the length of time at best that it takes to reach our goals. And we can't be irrational and think that this sponge only loses weight. My body is a sponge. At any given time, my body is 65 to 75% water. So just like the tide in the ocean, as gravity even affects your body weight. Did y'all know that? A full moon affects your body weight. Does a full moon affect the sea? Does it affect the water? It does. We have high tide and low tide based upon gravity and buoyancy. So your body is also affected because it is a vessel of water. 1 gallon of water is more than 8 pounds, everybody. So as water is coming and going, the tide inside of you is going up and down. Your weight is going to fluctuate on those scales. Don't let yourself get freaked out. Look at your results month over month. Vicki, I'm having some issues with not having any energy. I have 3 meals a day and a snack. And I do freebies and I'm getting my water and I still lack energy. That's scary. That's really scary. I don't really know, Vicki. Have you been to the doctor? Because here's the thing. If you're eating 3 eating episodes a day, a snack sometimes, and freebies and still lack energy, your lack of energy is not coming from food. And if you're taking your vitamin to make sure you fill in any nutrient deficiencies, it's not coming from your diet. So are we dealing with some stress? Are we dealing with some anxiety? Are we dealing with some depression? We have to get into those issues. When you're getting absolutely enough food intake and you still don't have energy, I mean, you're eating, basically having the opportunity to press the boundaries of Shibboleth, because you're getting 3 meals, some days a 4th eating episode, some days more than 4 eating episodes, and we're still lacking energy. And you're also taking a vitamin. So I would look at what's going on in my life, anxiety, possibly stress. Stress totally depletes me of energy. My energy's lagging today. I'm stressed. I'm stressed today. So my energy levels are lagging. So I would say we need to look there. I would ask, are you getting exercise? A body in motion stays in motion. One of the reasons I'm feeling low energy levels, I'm not getting to exercise ever since we went to Georgia for my son's graduation, and we've been on the road and we've been seeing family, and I didn't have my natural habitat. I got out of the habit for a week of exercise, and I'm trying to get back in the habit. When I exercise, even if I make myself do it with low energy, after I exercise, I get that great dopamine release, that pleasure chemical hit, and I have more energy. So there's other things to look at than food. You definitely, with that good of a food intake that you're getting, you don't need to look there. You don't need to increase your food more. Now, I'm assuming you're not eating junk food. I'm pretty certain that you mean that you're eating approved foods. So that's not going to be our issue. I would look at other lifestyle factors that could be going on there. Are fiber gourmet crackers better to use than wheat rich crackers? Absolutely, by far. If we look at the nutrition in a wheat rich, made with wheat rich cracker compared to a fiber gourmet, there's no comparison. So that fiber in those fiber gourmet crackers is going to shut down the fat bus. The less resultant insulin we get from our dietary habits, the more body fat we're going to efficiently lose in time of calorie deficit. So you must understand the power and the benefit of negating, neutralizing insulin, I should say, with protein and fiber. And those fiber gourmet crackers are 100 times better than the wheat, I can't even say it anymore, made with wheat rich crackers. Good job, Kim Overmeyer. I'm glad you changed that to maintenance. Molly asks, so I should just use the scale reading this morning as gauge for next week's weigh-in? Absolutely. That's a good way to do it. And even better, Molly, is to look at it month over month. But yesterday was Wednesday morning. Now do your best for a week. Sprint until next Wednesday. Reward yourself if you do good next Wednesday morning. But now work hard so you can play hard later. Work hard until Wednesday morning and then compare the two numbers. That's the way to do that. Can Special K protein cereal be used? How about Nature Balanced granola with protein? Kathy, the first thing I need to do there, and I'll go look at it for you if you like. I don't eat either one of those cereals. I'm pretty sure I do eat Special K red berries if I'm in a pinch with the proper milk. I think that one's in the library. I have no idea about this other one because I wouldn't touch anything that said granola. But even though we approve some of them, that when I say that, keep in mind, I'm trying to build a program that's sustainable for you all too, not just myself. Personally, I'm not touching granola, even if it's approved. I might do it once a year, but I understand that some people love it. So you should be able to have it if we can find the right kind. So my question would be, since I don't eat it, I don't recall. Kathy, have you checked the library? And if you would like me to check it now, I will check it for you and we'll see if we can find them. But I wanted to see if it's not in the library, you can save me some time if you already have searched it. But if you haven't checked it and you would like to go do a search, I'll do it with you right now. Joy says, when I started Shibboleth, my energy was way down because I was so used to sugar and carbs for energy. It took a good month to adjust to metabolism from meats and fats. It does take time. Once you move away from a glycogen, or that's also said as sugar-based metabolism, sugar-adapted metabolism, and you move more toward a fat-adapted metabolism, you'll find your energy levels go up. But the interim, the time it takes to evolve and become more of a fat-adapted metabolism, can cause some lack of energy production. Your body can struggle with energy production if you're in that gray area where you've not been doing the program long enough and consistently enough to have your metabolism adapt and become more fat adapted. Sarah says or asks, I'm within 10 pounds of my goal, which is about 5 pounds lower than the one that the site range says. I'm losing about a pound or a pound and a half a week. Is that what I should be satisfied with? Well, see, I have to ask the proper question. So is that 1% of your body weight at the beginning of each week? That's the way to ask that question. If you're losing 0.5% up to 1% of your body weight each week, you're doing a good job. So if you're 150 pounds and you're losing 0.75 pounds up to 1.5 pounds a week, you're doing good. If you're 300 pounds and you're losing 3 pounds a week, you're doing great. So it's relative to your total body composition at the beginning of a given week. That's the way you should determine if you're doing good. Let's say that, Sarah, if you were 300, let's say you were 350, I know you're not, but let's just say you were 350, then we would expect more weight loss than that. But as you get closer to goal, you may be right on target with only a half a pound to a pound of weight loss per week. Okay, Kathy, let me know if you struggle finding it. I just don't know about that granola one. But let's just, for exercise sake, let's go and look for that special, was it Special K? Let's do it anyway, Kathy. I want to make sure that everybody understands how I address the program for myself. It's why I've been successful with it. So this is my Command Central. So I'm logging in daily. This is Command Central. When I'm having a perfect day, I don't even listen to myself. I listen to the website. So I'm going to resources. I'm going to the food library, and I'm going to type in Special K. And boy, I hear from people every day how frustrating it is to have to go through this exercise. And I'm so sorry. It's the only way I know to offer the most amount of variety. Okay. Otherwise, y'all would have a diet in your hand. In the days that I started with Thrive, you had one bread, you had 2 cereals. It was easy to keep up with, but people would start the program and leave claiming there's not enough variety. Now we have endless variety. So that causes a new problem. There's some research that has to go on, but once you've done the research, now you can add that to your little shepherd's pouch as a resource, and now you've got it forever. If you eat it, you'll remember it. So let's say that I'm looking for this protein cereal. This says Special K protein. Let's just pretend that I found the one that she wants. And it says 0 on the weight loss meter. That means that this won't hurt me, but it may not help me. Now, the more weight you have to lose, the more often you can get away with the zeros. The less weight you have to lose, if you're still wanting to lose weight, the less you should do the zeros. When you get into maintenance, the zeros aren't that bad. Here we have a superfood or a perfect pairing item. This fits several categories for us. It could be used as a superfood, a category 6. It could be used as a perfect pairing with some items. It's considered a phase 1 cereal. The serving size is 1 1/3 cups, fair portion. Carbohydrates are kind of high, but the protein and the fiber are going to negate that out. And it says it is preferred that you combine this cereal with Egg Whites International, Kroger Carb Master Milk, or fat-free Fairlife milk. So now, boom, let's say I buy that, add it to my grocery list up here, click the grocery button, add it to a grocery list or heart it. It'll be added to your favorites. And now you go to the grocery store, you pick your cereal up, you come back, boom, you have 1 1/3 cups of this. You add some Kroger Carb Master milk or fat-free Fairlife milk, and you're having cereal. In the old days, you would have it with whole milk or skim milk, and you would store fat. You'd store fat. It tastes like cereal, but you stored fat. Now, why not go through the effort? People that don't lose weight with our program, if I can be Jack for a minute, are intellectually lazy. I was once upon a time intellectually lazy, because you can have your cereal and gain weight, or you can have it our way and lose weight. You still get cereal either way. You can have taste good, you enjoy it, tastes good, gain weight, or taste good and lose weight. It's all a mindset change. I didn't say anybody was physically lazy here. I said we can be intellectually lazy. We've got too much on our plate. But if we'll do this work now, if I like this one, I'm going to put that in my meal plan, my meal idea. And then when I'm stressed out and I don't feel like thinking, all I got to do is go to my digital worksheet of meal ideas and go, I don't even know what I want. What do I feel like having? What do we usually do? We go to the pantry, we go to the fridge, and we just open it up. We go in there and we start mindlessly grabbing stuff when we don't have a plan. And then we eat something that causes the fat bust and we've got a problem. But with Shibboleth, I should hang on my fridge. That's what y'all should do. How many of you have done this? Can I give you homework? Can I give you homework that will be life-saving for you? I bet some of you have already done it. And it's not hard homework. You should be willing to do it if it enhances your life. If you would do this and bring it to class every day for a week, and let's talk about it. If you would go to, you can do it. You don't have to use my worksheet. But if you would go to custom meal ideas and just start brainstorming. So like right now, we found Special K protein plus, now stay with me everybody, and I'll show you how I do things. Kroger Carb Master milk, AHS pancakes. Let me put a few of mine down. AHS pancakes with sugar-free syrup. Health-wise, hot chocolate with cocoa ringa. Happy juice. I'm going to drive Charles crazy with that. Jimmy Dean approved. Jimmy Dean light breakfast sandwich. Approved. Beverly shake. 2 scrambled eggs. And let's do something weird. Let's do a Hebrew National Frank. Hebrew National Frank cooked in MCT. Okay. So let's if I fill all of these out. Now, see if what I'm saying, I want to make sure that y'all understand why this simple exercise makes sense. How many of you catch yourself so busy and so stressed out serving your family, being a good worker, good employee, good boss, whatever, when it comes to taking care of yourself, you don't do a good job because it's not on the top of the priority list, and then you just get in the fridge and grab the first thing. You get hungry and you just grab something, and you don't think about the insulin spike that it would cause in the past. Now, look at what happens when I come up with meal ideas. I call it my shepherd pouch. I've got Travis ideas, and I know that everything on my list I love. I forget about all the variety I can have. What if this is on my fridge? And when I'm hungry, I don't just go grab something. This is my menu. Can you go to Red Lobster and order a Big Mac? No, you don't think about it either. Can you go to McDonald's and order crab legs and Cheddar Bay biscuits? No, you don't think about it either, because they have a menu and you're focused on what's on that menu. You've got to have a menu at home of meal ideas that are easy to fix, easy to get to, that you keep on the fridge or in plain view, so that when you're hungry, when you've got the knickknacks, you go to your snack list like I do. I'm not going to get a Reese's when I can have a peanut butter patty from Health-Wise. I'm not going to have Mayfield Moose Tracks ice cream when I can have Bunny Tracks because they're approved, Bunny Tracks from Sweet Freedom. I'm not going to have, trying to think of another one I've been having a lot of lately. If I want something salty, I'm not going to have Doritos. I'm going to have Quest chips. Cheetos, I'm going to have Bonitos, cheddar, the Cheeto Puffs, Bonito Cheetos. If I want some crackers and cheese, I'm going to have Fiber Gourmet. If I'm wanting an extra eating episode, I'm gonna have a half of a regular meal, like some approved tuna salad. I do that all the time. Approved tuna salad, but under 200 calories is going to be. I'll do that with some Fiber Gourmet as a snack if I want something a little more robust. So peanut butter patties, pecan clusters, health-wise. And there's many, many more. So I'm coming up with my list. And I just save it. And I print it out, I fill it out, I print it out, I put a magnet over it on the fridge. This is how we start changing our life. So now when I'm hungry, I'm trying to serve my members, trying to serve my wife, trying to serve my kids. I'm anxious, I'm stressed out, and I want something sweet for the dopamine release. I'm not going to grab a Reese. I'm going to go to my list and go, what have I forgot that I love that I can have? Oh, Health Smart peanut butter patties. 2 or 3 of them taste just like a Reese's to me, and I won't feel deprived, and I won't feel guilt or regret because I won't be causing the fat bust to come. I'll keep moving forward. Maybe I want a Blizzard. I'll take me a Beverly Vanilla UMP and drop me some of them peanut butter patties in there and blend them together, keep it under 200 calories for a snack. So you've got to come up with your ideas. Now, how many of y'all have got at least 100 meals on your fridge, 100 meals and snacks that you can go to that you love? How many of you got that hanging on the fridge? Can you see where that would make a difference? Can you see where that would be? You'd be getting serious about healthy lifestyle if you did that short exercise. What if y'all all bring to class every day your list, and we just keep, you'll hear things, you'll hear ideas you don't like. Disregard those. You should only have things that you love on your list. I don't have things on my personal menu that I don't love. I focus on what I can have and not on what I cannot have. So again, Charles or someone, I missed the name, is asking, where did I find this? Resources, worksheets, and I used custom meal idea worksheet. This is where we come up with our meal ideas and we commit them to memory, and they become our go-tos. Right now, we're all branded like cattle. We're branded like cattle. We eat. We're not really eating mindlessly. Commercials have branded us. Bet you can't eat just one. What do you think about? So when you do have the knickknacks and you don't have a plan, there's a saying: a fool with a plan is better than a wise man without one. So if you've got your plan and you've got it hung up all over the house, you can't escape it. And then the next thing you know, when you want something sweet, you're thinking about Halo Top instead of Haagen-Dazs. You'll change your paths, your routines, but you got to make a conscious effort to do so. Hope that helps. Good ideas being noted. Are other shakes approved? What do we need to look for in a shake? There are many. And again, I'm going to refer you to the library today. We've got a great library. So what I'd love to see you do is try to investigate the library. There are many approved shakes. Let's don't get into formulas because it confuses people. If you want to do that, let's have a sidebar. But you've got a shake. Let's see if anything comes up. I might have to put in protein shake or something like that. Let's just see what comes up, put in shake. We've got a great food library, everyone. If we can investigate it, we'll find that we've been missing out on a ton of variety that we could be having. Now, all of anything that had the word shake, now we might want to try other keywords too, but look at what we've got here. We've got a 310 shake, an AdvoCare shake, AdvoCare, Arbonne, Atkins, Boost. Not all Boost will work. You got to pay attention to these numbers too. Boost Max 30, a regular Boost might not work. EAS, Equate, Everyday, Evolve, looky here. Look at all these shakes, and it says show more. Goodness gracious. Now, y'all know that I believe Beverly to be the best protein shake, but look at all these shakes. And we can just keep showing more. Some types of Slim Fast, not all types of Slim Fast. Some Plexus is in here. My goodness. I mean, the library is full of shakes. So if your shake isn't in here, the thing that I would do is hit us up on Facebook and say, hey, my favorite shake isn't in there. Will you do the math on it and let's make sure it works? We don't want you to just go out and buy some cheap shake and you'd be spiking your blood sugar all over the place. Is that Blizzard recipe in the library? It's not, but I can tell you what it is. I use Egg Whites International. I'll use about 8 ounces of Egg Whites International. You can use water, Kroger Carb Master milk, or fat-free Fairlife milk, though it's better to use water or Egg Whites International. 1 scoop of powder and a couple of the peanut butter patties. That'll keep you under 200 calories. And you could have that as a snack. If I want it as a meal, then of course I can add additional goodness to it. And then if you think it's too thick, that one's going to be thick. You can add more liquid. You can add more water and get the viscosity of it much thinner. Is it best to exercise fasted or with already having food? Absolutely. If your goal is fat loss in a fasted state, it's unquestionable. If your goal is to build, you can't do both at the same time. You can't lose body fat and put on muscle at the same time. Cannot be done. It's a myth. One goal at a time, please. If your goal is to lose body fat, then you should be exercising in a fasted state. If your goal is to build strength and muscle, you'll also be putting on some fat when you do that. But if that is your goal, to build strength and muscle, then you would probably want to eat a pre-digested meal before you work out. Amanda, no, I'm behind. We're a short-handed team, but I look forward to putting the Bonito Cheetos in as a wow challenge. Right now, I'm just doing it by word. You can't really earn a badge for it yet, but we'll get it in there. My team is overwhelmed. We have a small team and an under-financed team, so please bear with me. It is on the list to add. Have to carve out about 20 minutes of the day to get it in properly. So that's why the delay. About how long do Egg Whites International stay fresh in the fridge? A long time. It's real easy to know when they've went bad. I think the vendor says 3 to 6 months. But when you take the cap off, if there's any distinguishable odor, they're no good anymore. If there's no odor, they're good. But you know when they go bad. I promise you. If you're having to question, are they bad? They're most likely not bad. When they go bad, they tell you they went bad. I promise. Is Egg Whites International the consistency of egg beaters? No, they're a lesser consistency due to there's no additives added to them. They're better for you, much better quality, even though egg beaters are allowed. I would not use egg beaters as a liquid base for a shake. I would cook them. Jody Dillon did the unofficial Bonito challenge and lost 7 ounces. That's almost a half a pound. We'll take it. Eating Cheetos and lose a half pound, pretty good deal. Probably lost more than that, but the Cheetos do have some starch in them, so you will accumulate some water retention. Once your body releases that fluid, you'll get to see more of a true fat loss, assuming your next day, your follow-up day, was also a perfect day. Trussa, when I go out to a Mexican restaurant, I bring Bonitos and eat salsa, maybe a chicken taco. How do I count that with chips? You should count your chicken salsa and maybe chicken taco with a wrap. When I go out, I have chips. Your Bonitos would be a snack episode, and your chicken wrap would be a meal episode. I would count that as one meal episode and one snack episode. That's how I would count it. Joni said 4 + 2 + C plus a snack. I agree. I actually would count it as 2 eating episodes. How do we set the weight loss meter for all the food categories? Or do we have to do it individually? You have to do it per search. So again, if I'm in wherever I'm at, you can't do it for the entire library, I don't think, at one time. So if you do your search, what are you searching for? Do your search. Well, let me take that back. You can do it for everything. Well, you got to do it per search. You can't do it for the entire library, I don't think. I don't think you can do that. I don't think there's any way to do that. You have to start your search, and then you would set it like I did a search earlier. I did a search. So then I would, well, now it's took my set button away. There it is. Hold on. So I take this little thing here. Who was that asked that? Was that Mary? So Mary, I just take this. So here I slid it to a negative. I want only negatives for this search, and then I set it. But I would just do it per search. What are you searching for? And then set your filter when you do the search. So is it okay to eat a snack with a meal? If that's what you want to do, as long as we're following the Shibboleth shield, snacks are irrelative to timing. As long as we're following the Shibboleth shield, we know it will keep us safe. It's called the bulletproof shield because it keeps you safe if you follow it. So you can have, for best weight loss results, 3 eating episodes in a day. You just had 2 in your example. And let's say that you consider that 1 because you had it at one time. I consider it 2. That would allow you 1 more eating episode during the day for great weight loss. But since one of them was a snack, you could actually have another eating episode. So you could navigate the system and have 4 eating episodes. You know that, right? So the Shibboleth shield, so 3 eating episodes is what we want for the fastest weight loss. And then we could have an approved snack, which you did. And then you could have freebies if you needed them. But when we get past 3 eating episodes, we should expect to see the weight loss slow down typically. Now, Trussa says, what if it puts you over your daily calories? We don't count calories. But if you are counting calories based upon that number that we gave y'all that like to count calories, if you go over your baseline metabolic rate, number of calories, if you exceed that number, even with our program, then you will not lose very much, if any, body fat. Scientifically, you could not lose any body fat if you're going over your baseline metabolic rate number. But the number I give you is not your BMR number. You understand? So it's your ideal weight times 8. That is the number. If you go over it a little bit, you could still lose some weight because Your ideal weight times 8 is not your baseline metabolic rate. Do y'all understand that? Do y'all understand what I'm talking about? I give you a number that keeps you safe. Even if you go over it a little bit, you're not gaining weight. Baseline metabolic rate and ideal weight times 8 is two different numbers. Ideal weight times 8 is the number that you should stay at or under to lose weight the way people here typically want to lose weight. Fast, safe, efficiently, etc. I hope that makes sense. But we don't count calories unless we have somebody that trusts that, wants to be more analytical. And if you want to be more analytical with it, I would suggest that you stay around ideal weight times 8. I even prefer more than counting calories. Stay with your portion control. See, it's almost impossible to have 3 eating episodes of approved food on this plate, 6 to 8 inch plate, whereby you would go over your baseline metabolic rate. Almost impossible. Thank you for the stars, Peggy Sue. Appreciate that. If I missed a question, it's not intentional. Hey, Kimberly K, good to have you. I hope Joni got you. I guess Joni helped you. I think I seen something. If you go to Shibboleth Lifestyle, that's where you sign up for the free program, Shibboleth Lifestyle. How do you look up what qualifies as a category 1 milk? Let's go to milk. So our library is a great library. We really want to work on looking at the library and spending time in it. It'll really help you out. If I could be live with y'all all day, I would prefer that, because I wish I could be on y'all's shoulder and I could just smack stuff out of your hand. That would make me happy. I care like that. But when I'm not around, darn it, we want to just go to milk. And then the best thing to do with your milk is choose a negative milk. So I'm going to go to minus. And Mary, I did take note that you said you would prefer that you not have to search, and that you be able to do the whole library at one time. And I'll work on that. I'm sorry that we don't have that done yet. So I'm going to set, I did my search for milk, and I set it at -1 to -3. And now I've got only the best milks. Any of these milks are going to be great as a phase 1 milk. These are going to be the best weight loss milks. If you want to go further, let's go to -2 and see if we can find even better milks. And then there's a few others that aren't really milk. They're more of a protein milk. So it looks like we need to go back to -1 to give ourselves more variety. Any negative number milk is going to be a good milk. So look at the negative numbered milks, -1 to -3. And these change because we're always finding new stuff. It looks like Kroger Carbmaster milk and Fairlife milk, the fat-free Fairlife. It looks like those are going to be the most easy to find. There may not be any baked beans, Terry, in the library. I suspect there aren't, because let me check for you. Beans. Let me just put baked. There may not be any, because nobody may have ever asked to put them in there, and most of the times they're going to have sugar in them, right? Don't baked beans have sugar? Yeah, I don't see any either. We may just not have any baked beans in the library because of the sugar. You may have, do you eat baked beans every day? If you do, then let's try to find you some baked beans. If you're eating them more than 6 times a month, let's try to find some baked beans that you can have as a part of a perfect day. There may be some out there, but I think, I'm not a baked bean eater. Don't they have sugar in them? They all have sugar. Thank you, Kim. So baked beans are not, it's going to be one of the outliers of the program that we just haven't found a good void replacement for, unless you are making your own with a sugar substitute. So you're craving baked beans with smoked meat. I understand that. Yeah, you'd actually have to make your own with a sugar substitute, or we wouldn't be able to get away with it, except for a holiday. Joni just, thank you, Joni. Joni just gave a recipe for baked beans. Would that suffice, Terry? Could you make some with smoked meat? The recipe calls for Goya ham seasoning. Let me reshare here so you can see where we're at. Looks pretty tasty. A recipe with Goya ham flavor seasoning, MCT oil, garlic powder, onion powder, sounds about right. Dijon mustard, and you're using a sugar-free maple syrup. That sounds pretty good. I might turn into a baked bean guy myself. And you would use that as a category 3. That sounds pretty delicious. That sounds really good. There's no Goya where you live. Have you thought about ordering from Amazon? I know some people, for political reasons, are opposed to Amazon, but Amazon would have Goya ham seasoning. And any seasoning that you deem acceptable, if it's 5 calories or less, is going to be fine. I'm sure you could find another ham seasoning besides Goya. That's just the one listed there. When you see in a recipe that these seasoning packs, they're not going to disrupt your results. The seasoning packs are not going to affect you adversely. So any ham type seasoning that's 5 calories or less is going to be fine to use. And if you're not adverse to using Amazon, I'm certain that they would have Goya ham seasoning. Julie's asking, what is the difference between phase 1 and phase 2? It's old terminology from when I started the program. Phase 1 was basically an old program that I founded called Thrive that had limited variety. And then when I started adding variety, we called that phase 2. That terminology is going away anyway, and it's just going to be Fast Track, Shibboleth, Journey, and Tiger, depending on the deep dive that the person wants to go in. But basically, phase 1 was my first decade in weight loss and wellness, and we had limited variety in that program. When I decided, and the reason we had limited variety, just so you understand the evolution of the program, was because I didn't have a website. I had to keep it all in my head. So we had limited variety. And then when I started training instructors to teach, I needed a place that we could all stay together and be talking about the same products and such. So that's when we started having a website and adding foods that fit the formulas to the websites, and that became phase 2. So there's not a real big differentiation. It's just Thrive and Shibboleth. What is the difference between Tiger and Shark? Okay, that's a class in itself. Julie, have you had the opportunity to watch the videos, the Fast Track videos? And then there's also videos on how, like Fast Track teaches you how to have a perfect day. And just because we're running out of time here, that's about an hour session. So you have a perfect day, and then you have more restrictive days that help you lose weight faster. That's called Tiger, Tiger 16, Tiger 24, Tiger 36. And then you have Lion and Shark days. If you don't mind watching those short videos, they're very short. and they teach you how to have those type days. If Joni doesn't mind giving you the links, if you're having a hard time finding them, you can jump right in there, and in 5 to 10 minutes, you'll understand how to have a Tiger 16 day. It's just limited variety, better, healthier food variety, less variety though. You're better controlling insulin with the food variety, and you're adding a 16-hour or longer fast every 24-hour period. A shark and a lion day are carnivore days. Still can't find the worksheet, so let's do that again. I'm gonna go here again. Let's all chime in here. Look, okay, so we're in the website. When we log in now, if you're a free community member, you don't have access to all this. Okay, we'd be devaluing our members. We give you access to thousands of dollars of value if you're a free community member. But in order to finance our ministry, we give certain perks to our lifetime members and partners. So when you go into resources, if you don't have access to this worksheet, go into resources. If you don't have access to it, just use legal pad, or your own computer and print it out. But these worksheets are handy. So I went into resources and I went to worksheets. And then you have your various worksheets. You have your custom meal plan worksheet, custom meal idea. These are worksheets I've used in my weight loss journey that have been beneficial to me. A habit changer calendar, monthly streak calendar is what we call it. My vision for my life. I've got several worksheets here that I utilize that have been beneficial to me. The one that I showed you earlier was custom meal ideas. And you can see where we've done some before. I pull that up and you have all these different ideas that I've put here, different breakfast ideas, different lunch ideas, different dinner ideas. It's my worksheet. And I like to keep everything in one place. So that's why we have those worksheets. Awesome. Vicky's got that. Any other questions or comments before we go today? I got a couple more on Facebook. Maybe swerve brown sugar could be used in that recipe, Goya ham season. I think that's in the library, and you could certainly try that. As long as it's in the food library and you read the instructions and there's no reason, it doesn't give you a reason to not use it, then I believe I get mixed up on, I think the Splenda brown sugar isn't approved, but maybe the swerve brown sugar is. Let's just go look so there's no confusion. We want to use our library, get used to it, because if we're gonna live this as a lifestyle, we need to spend some upfront time in this website. This is my command central. This is how I live my eating life. It all needs to be in here. And I need to pay attention. And you look, there's thousands of foods in here now. That's why I don't remember them all myself. So I'm going to go, it says swerve brown sugar. So it is in here, and you could certainly try that. It says that you may use this 0-calorie sweetener as a freebie. So it would be a good substitute. You did a good job coming up with that one. Anybody else? Any other questions before we go? Good job, Glennie. Good call. Erica says if we're completing a wow, it looks like Joni's already got that for you. Okay. Good deal. Thank you, Joni. Anybody else? Thank you, Janice. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate your time. God bless y'all. We'll see you in the next one tomorrow, 11 a.m. I'm going to go see, I'm going to get with Jack and see if all those castaways have met their penalty task. And until next time, God bless y'all. Pray for Shibboleth. We'll be praying for you. Have a good one. God bless you, Kimberly Kay.